to How I Spent the Apocalypse. We don't know where we left off edition. We don't know.
They've seen this. I don't think they've seen the bench.
You don't think so?
Anyway, she built this cool bench. Maybe so. I don't know.
The back of the which is made out of an old bed frame. I think we
you
did
do
talk
this
about that.
this.
I don't know if you showed
the handle. This is the handle for people to use going down the slide, and our son, the genius, carved that.
Isn't that pretty?
It's beautiful.
That's pretty. But that's why we wanted to save it.
Yes. And then up on this wall here, we have something from a friend. Right here. Selena?
Yeah, my friend Tom Howard. Tom Howard brought that a few years ago because he said, surely you can find some use for this.
And it's going to be a little window light.
A little window. It's on top of the thing.
On top of the little bed.
I'm ready to put another window in here, and I can talk about that some.
Okay.
Because it's going to be weird.
Well, let me come up and we'll talk about that.
Okay. All right, so I'm getting ready to put a window in here. And I have to put the wall on first because it's going on the outside of the wall. Why is it going on there? Usually windows go on from the outside. That's true, but this is actually a storm window, and it was made to go on the inside.
Oh.
So it has to be attached here. And I'm using it because it's the only thing that would work in this part of the house. So there we go.
Yay.
But so of course, wasn't. I had to cut out part of the existing wall.
Right.
For the window.
Of course.
And I'm gonna have to cut. And you can see these weren't exactly level.
No?
But that's okay, we're using them anyway.
Okay.
But I've got to cut this one off, and this is where we use Mr. Sawzall. Well, you have to plug it in.
Oh no, really?
Yeah, I have one you don't have to plug in. It runs on batteries, but it's not fully charged. And it's in the shop.
Well, because it's charging in the shop.
Mm-hmm. No, it's not charging. No, that would make sense.
Oh, okay.
It's just in the shop because the electrical one has more power.
In case you're wondering if those cedar boards are still good.
Oh yeah, they're really good. They're really strong. They didn't take. It's weird where the building took damage and where it didn't. You can see the top took some damage. Mm-hmm. But you go down just a little ways and there's no damage.
No damage at all, right.
That's firewood. Okay, so what am I doing? So I'm using the old wood wall. A lot of people, they want to tear everything down, go back up. Like I said, that's just a waste of materials that you already have. I just as soon use this wall that my son put in, because why the hell not?
Right.
Right? Okay, but so how am I going to get my length? Okay, so it's easy. What I'll do is I'll take a 2x4 and I'll measure it to go on top. But before I put it on top, I'll take just a piece of scrap 2x4. Oh, look at this. I always love when I can do this because it means I don't have to take the fucking screws out. I'll just cut that part off. But I'll probably take the screws out anyway, because those I could probably use them again.
Oh no, no!
Not that I'm cheap or anything. It's like, yeah, sometimes, it's like, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes, that one's not any good.
Nope.
See, fuck it. That's not any good, so we'll just cut them, fuck that.
If they're going to be messed up.
I'm not that cheap.
You're not going to take them out and then straighten them and then...
No, you can't straighten a screw. They will break. That'll be firewood, and those screws, after they burn, they'll make iron for our garden.
There you go.
Yeah, no, still have some. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll put this in here, and then I'll cut one to go in here and splice it.
Okay.
So that it distributes the weight more or less evenly, and it should be plenty strong enough for what this is. First off, there's a tin roof going up there.
Right.
On nailers, so it's not an extremely heavy roof.
Right.
We're not talking about something that weighs 47 bazillion pounds. And so, yeah, this is, we'll do a lot. If you work with crap lumber, you'll wind up doing a lot of this shit over the years. Because, it's not long enough. It's not, yeah. To make a good splice, you want to put make sure your wood's long enough that it's actually going to do some good. But here's the thing, once you put the siding, especially since we're using real wood siding on this side, on the other side we're using some cheap ass vinyl shit that, oh, on my treehouse, yes you bet, it was free. Somebody threw it away. My friend Tony, actually. From where many blessings have flown. So, okay, so I want to go about halfway, and I'm just gonna fucking put that in there. Yeah. And then see, the screws are already started.
Not that she's used to working by herself.
Yeah. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to measure this length and then
Cut that board.
cut the angle and everything.
Of course I'm right in the way.
Boys, camera people, I don't know, these fucking camera people always right in your goddamn way.
Messing up the hunts and everything
Yeah,
else.
right. Oh yeah, that's what I always think on. When we watch one of those shows that I love about Alaska, and my wife always says, we're not moving to Alaska. But at any rate, when I watch one of them, I'm always like, really? You know, you guys are gonna fucking go hunting and you've got an entire... And I love when they'll say, it's just me out here alone in the wilderness, and if I get hurt, I'm screwed. It's like, really? Because there's not an entire camera crew there? Because I'm pretty sure one of them would take you to the hospital.
I wondered if you measured it or
And
not.
in fact, I did measure it.
And you don't know what it
Then
was.
I promptly forgot.
Speak it out loud.
Promptly forgot what the hell I was doing. Okay, so it's 39 inches on the long side. That's a slight angle. It's not a very big angle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it, and I'll probably have to cut it again and again and again. But, you know, what the hell? Let's pretend like it'll work. I do a lot of that in life. Let's pretend this. Oh, let's try this. It might work.
So you're going to do a slight angle on the saw.
Yeah, I put a slight angle. Do we remember which side it was?
It was the top. It's the 39-inch piece. That's too long.
That's not the one. I might have cut it backwards then.
You can turn the board.
That would be a lesson there. Okay.
You can turn the board.
So, this was part of Tony's shop that burnt. See the charring? Charred wood is stronger wood. So it's like wood is one of those things that when you char it, see, some asshole didn't cut the angle strong enough. You know what? Here's another thing. I could just mark it on the back of the board, and now I have a good mark, and I can do the angle, which is how I did all the other ones. But I was trying to be a smart ass.
You were talking at the same. You can't talk to everybody and still work.
People were watching, so I was trying to be a smart. Oh, look what I can do. It's like, no, you really can't. All right, so hopefully that fits this time. Oh, it's tight, but it'll go in. There we go.
Tight is good.
Oh yeah, tight's always good.
You need to pull it over.
It'll go over in a minute.
In a minute.
Yeah. Okay, so it needs to go over, but if I do this right. Okay, so this little rubber thing, this is actually a shocker to protect your impact rubber, but you can also use it to pound just ever so slightly, not a lot.
Yeah, this is not a hammer.
It's not a hammer, but you can use it just a little bit. Saves you having to go get something. Especially it's handy. Like right now, my hammer's less than 2 steps away. If Lynn wasn't in my way, I could reach right over and get it. But when you're hanging by your toes on a fucking ladder, it's really handy to know that you can do that. I don't need that.
Don't need it now, huh?
But, okay. So now I have to put on these boards, and I've got the pieces that I cut out of the hole to use.
Oh yeah, cool.
Okay. In fact, I'm eyeballing them, and I'm wondering. And yes, they damn near fit. They will do.
The
fit.
window's going there, so that'll be.
Well, they need to. The window. It needs to be on the window.
Right.
But this is getting covered with a 2x4.
That's true.
So that's not going to matter if that edge doesn't come out right. So there you go. Okay. Till later. Thank you.
Okay. Bye bye.